return to the city they call home from 1920 to 1959. They'll battle the Bears, who've dominated the series. It's Arizona and Chicago, and it's coming up next.
Well, the good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Chicago Bears. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. For the first time, here comes the Chicago Bear offense, led out by the veteran in his first season in Chicago, but 11th overall, the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton.
I love his football IQ. I love his ability to have people rally around him. And as he likes to remind me all the time when I get ready to call one of his games, I can run it a little bit too. A nice presence to have on your team.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Dalton. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw here, Dalton. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here's more on the return. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. First carry for James Conner. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Murray going to throw. This one caught by Isabella.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Flush to his right. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Prater for the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Dalton. And that will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
And on 4th down, Otta's the punt team sending this one away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 38 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Again, he finds more. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms. Matt Nagy wants the officials to take another look at that one. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Throwing again, Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondale Moore with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Cards have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Dalton now to pass. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. A great move by Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Dalton. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here's Chris Jones now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returning it is Moore. So a change of possession here on the punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines and try and put the football in one.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Murray now to throw. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
I know that no game in the NFL is ever easy, but they're making it look that way. Everything is being done with such precision. Just on this drive alone, 3 plays, 3 first downs. If you're on defense, you're scrambling, looking at each other, trying to figure out how are we going to slow these guys down.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I've got a good friend. Always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
On play action, it's Murray. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going for it. Hits Murray. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Here's 2nd and 10. Andy Dalton. And his pass incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Throwing to start the drive. Murray. They'll go out to the flat for Edmonds. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Meanwhile, Murray's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Working with a 2nd and 4. Shotgun now for Murray. He'll take a shot for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. It's so easy to focus on the speed and elusiveness of Kyler Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears weren't realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Dalton, 1st and 10. That's caught by Montgomery. He's got it up to the 15. Showed off some fancy footwork there on the play. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Passing, it's Dalton. He's going to go up top again. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there just before halftime. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. From midfield here, Dalton. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. So Dalton now. Going deep for Montgomery. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Chris Jones now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Play fake. Murray. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well, so where's the line?
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Zach Kerr. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Dalton's throw complete here to Kmet. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there. Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On the carry, it's Montgomery. Shrugs him off. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
But they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And now to the air, Dalton. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Dalton looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play. A 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. That's complete to Mooney.
And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. Back now at Soldier Field. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he fires one incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, his 9th touchdown of the season. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point good by Prater, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. This is caught by Robinson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Dalton. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Trip touchdown! Darnell Mooney, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cardinals' hands team able to secure the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Connor. Oh, he shifts past him. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. He's at the 40, the 20. And they will score. Pick 6 for the Bears, touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football, because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Oh, did the Bears get it? They did. Chicago football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Dalton. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Here's Dalton. He's going to take a shot for the end zone, and this one is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Dalton. Looking for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Very close to a turnover there in the end zone. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Escaping the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
And that is incomplete.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Here's Murray. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw it, Murray. And he finds his tight end, it's Ertz. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Looking deep downfield. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. To throw is Murray. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. DeAndre Hopkins hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And this one incomplete. And all that remains is 13 seconds. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Dalton. And this one too low.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
3rd down from the gun. Dalton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Prater for the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. It's do or die for Dalton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory.